Hi there. Welcome back to Mill Creek Church, the place where you belong. We are so thankful that you came out and chose to worship with us. We're currently doing our Wednesday night word of encouragement. If you'd like to find out more information about Mill Creek Church, you can visit us on the web at millcreekbaptist.online or join our Facebook group that you will see displayed on the screen. Today's reading comes from Daniel chapter 3, verses 16 through 18. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abed-nego replied to the king, "O Nebuchadnezzar, we do not need to give you an answer concerning this matter. If it be so, our God whom we serve is able to deliver us from the furnace of blazing fire, and he will deliver us out of your hand, O king. But even if he does not, let it be known to you, O king, that we are not going to serve your gods or worship the golden image that you have set up." And now for today's encouraging word. Does your faith contain an "if not" clause? Have you ever heard of such a thing? There is a story of three well-known men in the Bible: Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. The problem is that most Christians only know them by their names after they were taken into captivity, as Shadrach, Meshach, and Abed-nego. These three men were elevated to service under King Nebuchadnezzar, and you can read all about their story in the book of Daniel. As you are reading, you will come across this golden image in chapter 3 that the king of Babylon had constructed. After its completion and dedication, the decree went out that as soon as the sound of music was heard, all the inhabitants of the land were to bow before the golden image in worship of the king. Being faithful young Jewish men, the triad said in their hearts that they would not bow down before an earthly image, as they would love the Lord and serve him only. These three men had found favor in the king's eyes and were appointed to special service within the kingdom. Because of their position, many other advisors and dignitaries were envious of their renown in the land and had sent up a plan in motion to have the young men done away with. These advisors tattle on the young Jews, who are then brought in for questioning before the king. The king tells them what he has heard and that he is not impressed with the news. He gives them an ultimatum: when you hear the music, bow down, or else you will immediately be cast into the midst of a furnace of blazing fire. And what God is there who can deliver you out of my hands? And then the boys say something which absolutely floors me. "King, we will not bow. We don't even need time to think it over." There is a confidence and a boldness about their words, spoken to the conquering king who has made no bones about being the sole rule and authority as far as the kingdom is concerned. Here's the teaching point. The boys were confident in God regardless of the outcome. On the spot, with no consultation and no advisement, they say that God can deliver us, and we truly believe in that. But even if he does not, we are not going to serve your gods or worship the golden image. Is your faith in God big enough that it has an "if not" clause in it? God, you can heal my sickness. You can help my hurting child. You can stop the wars and pestilences. You can end the uprising and the rebellious hearts. But even if not, I will serve you. I will praise you. I will worship and adore you. Do you have such a sound faith in God to say to a mountain, "Jump," and have supreme confidence that God is in control, whether the mountain moves a single inch or remains still? If your faith is built upon situations or circumstances that are here one moment and gone the next, your faith stands on a sandy foundation. But if you set your house upon the rock of ages, you will have a faith that is unshakable regardless of the outcome. That was the case for these boys. And in so doing, they were thrown in a furnace so hot that upon opening the doors, it killed the men that threw them in. Yet when they came out, they did not even smell of smoke, because they had walked with the Lord. But God would have been no less God if they would have burned up. Think about it sometime. Is your faith in God or in the blessings that God has bestowed to you? Are you willing to surrender fully to God regardless of what may come? What are you willing to endure for Christ? And how does that compare to what he endured for you already?